Hey, Chuck here with Timber Dogs Bushcraft. I haven't made a video in a little bit because I spent most of the winter out working with my puppy Remy to become a bird dog, and he's done pretty good. He went to Gray's Smoking Bird Dog School out in Muncie, PA in December through to early January. Graduated from there, and he's been doing really good. We've been out hunting a lot of chukar, some quail, and he did pretty good, but it's getting toward the end of the hunting season, so I'm getting back out to the woods. I went out to this my little spot I got out here in the cedar woods, and I can't believe these last few storms have just totally decimated this woods. It's like it used to be all standing young cedars, and they're all gone. They're all on the ground. I'll show a video of that. These are all the cedar trees, all on the ground. You can see just thick with cedar trees. Look at them all over there. There's just a ton of them on the ground. They used to all be standing. They're just all falling over. The soil around here is very shale, and these trees just didn't get big enough to really grip into the ground well enough. And we've had so much rain and so many high winds, it just knocked it all down. Now Remy, on the other hand, he's having a ball. Hey, Rem. He's digging anyway, I'm gonna probably just make a little hot chocolate out here. Nothing big today, but I'll post some video on this one of him out doing some of the hunting things we've done. He's been doing really good. It's me that needs to get a little bit better. It's been years since I've really hunted birds with shotguns, and I gotta get my aim on the game a little bit better. But I can work on that. That's not a big deal. Remy's been a lot of fun. Ellie's still around, but she's getting older, and she just doesn't like getting out in the cold weather and miserable weather. So we just take her out when there's nice days now. Remy's kind of in he's a little bit of high energy for a bushcraft dog right now, but he's doing well. He's doing good. It's a good dog. All right, I'm gonna make hopefully I can make some, let's see if I can find some dry wood. I brought out a modified kit today. It's like more like my summer kit. It's got this old artillery bag, and I have the Pathfinder, it's, the water bottle, their little cup that goes with their Pathfinder water bottle, the lid and everything in here, and this little kit here. So this is kind of like my water and my all my cooking implements, and then in this bag down here, I have the little mat that I'm sitting on. I have I brought in the tripod that the camera's on. Brought in a thing like that. A bandana, brought an extra bandana with a Kuska cup for hot chocolate. Over there, come on. And then in here, I have, this is a flat pack stove. You can see how thin that packs. That's really nice for when I'm doing a smaller kit. I got my fire kit. This is a Pacific Northwest Bushcraft roll pack. I got one for my fire kit, which is great. And then I have another one for my pipe. And I also brought in their ground sheet, but Remy doesn't seem to need it. I brought in my little utensil kit I always bring, a little K-bar utensil kit, and a spoon. So we'll get to work here. I think also in my pouch here, I brought in, what did I bring in? I brought in my gloves. I wore one glove, I had the other glove. Oh, and I brought in a little bag of fire starter stuff because I figured everything would be wet. Hey, get out of there. Get up. Get. You can see Remy's still very much a puppy. He just turned a year old, and he is the quintessential Labrador Retriever. He is just kind of all over the place, and I got a little bowl for him too, a little collapsible bowl. We use this when we're doing hunting. This year I bought an LL Bean hunting vest. I'll show you a picture of that. This is that bowl when you extend it. Remy, hey, stop. Give me a stick. There you go, good boy. So that's his bowl. He recognizes that for sure. So this is the flat pack stove. I'm gonna see if I can unpack this with one hand. I'm having troubles finding a spot to put everything. But this is the whole stove right here. And let me see if I can show what you can put together. This is this video. Let's see if I can show people how to put this together. What I do is you take the sides and they hook together with these little tabs. This is the Uber Lieben stove. I think a lot of them, they all seem the same to me, that this model. This one's a little bit smaller than some of them you can get. You take, you put the three sides together, and you take this piece, and it has tabs on three sides. You stick it into those little tabs they have on it. And once you have that in there, you kind of have the base of the stove. Then you take the front piece, you kind of lock one side in, like that. And then you can lock the other side in, put together. Anyway, there you go. So that's the stove all put together. Then you take, in the bag, there's two crosses, little metal pieces that cross across the top. They have little slits in them. You put them together like this, and then you can actually square the stove up by putting it in. Kind of insert a thing like this. And once that's in, it's really kind of stable. It's pretty good. I like this stove because you can put a lot more wood in it than you can in my Solo stove. The Solo stove is a little bit more efficient, I think, but this one you don't have to tend to as much. So I'm going to put it over here and move the camera. I'm going to use a fire starter today. To pack it in out here. It's getting really windy, and I think I got a big storm blowing in, which wasn't supposed to happen today. I'm gonna get soaked out here. Great. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna pack this in before my camera gets destroyed. All right, bye. Well, it's starting to boil, and the weather's kind of blowing through. We'll see what happens. Well, the worst of the wind, there was this big windstorm that blew up, a little bit of rain in it. I got a little bit damp, and we both got a little bit damp, me and Remy, but I was able to, if a little stove kept on going, I was able to get myself a little hot chocolate made with a little bit of Tennessee syrup in it, you know what I mean? So we're out here to explain what we did with Remy. Remy comes from, I did sled dogs for, well, go back. So let me go back here. I did sled dogs for 30 years, and I kind of got out of it slowly over the last 10 years, and I haven't had a team in over 5 or 6 years. But I still have one solid sled dog, retired sled dog, and that's Ellie. But I kind of missed working with dogs. And a few years ago, I went hunting with somebody who had a bird dog, and I was like, oh, this is cool. This is the same type of feeling you get when you work with a dog, a sled dog team, or any kind of working animal, and I really missed that. So anyway, I started kind of thinking about it and looking at it, and finally back in April, my wife's cousin had a really great looking lab, and I said, boy, that's an athletic dog, and I'd love to get it. And it comes from some hunting lines. And anyway, their breeder had a puppy, and last April we picked up a 8-week-old puppy, and that's Remy. Remington's his full name. And with the full intent of having him trained as a bird dog and seeing if that worked out. I've never done it before. I read all the books, and I followed a lot of YouTube videos from about May until December. We put him in a couple of like basic manners classes and just got some basic obedience in him. Trying to get him to do a decent recall. Hey, stop, drop it. He's a lab, he eats everything. He was doing really well with that stuff. And I found a school that I wanted to send him to, a bird dog school, and he went there, and that school ran from, sorry about that, that school ran from December like 12th through January 9th, and out at Mike and Amy Gray run Gray's Smoking Gun Bird Dogs out in Muncie, PA. Great people, great trainers. I stopped by about halfway through his training, like 2 days after Christmas, and it was phenomenal what they did with him in a few short weeks. He was all e-collar trained, off leash, running it open in huge acres. Great recall coming back, and finding birds like you couldn't believe.
Okay. He's gonna do it. Say?
That's amazing. And then 2 weeks later, on January 9th, I ended up picking him up in the middle of a blizzard. We went out for a graduation hunt in a blizzard, and I'm going to blame it on the blizzard, but I only got one bird. But Remy did great. He found all the birds, and since then I've had him out almost every week, sometimes twice a week, at either the game lands or a private hunting preserve. I just need to get birds on him, kind of embed his training, you know what I mean? And he's been doing phenomenal. He's found every time we go to a preserve, and they'll put out 6 birds, let's say, and he'll find all 6, and sometimes he'll find a bird that was left over from the people before us. Me, on the other hand, I'm only getting about half of them. I'm only shooting about half of them. So I need to step up my game. I think every time I miss, he turns around and looks at me and goes, "You had one job," you know? And it's true. So I need to step up my part of the deal, my part of the partnership, and get a little bit better at what I'm doing. But the season's going to be over soon. The end of March around here is in Pennsylvania. Most of the preserves, the game lands, the public season ends at the end of February. And game lands, private preserves will usually wrap up end of March, April. We're going to kind of wrap it up at the end of the March, and we're going to get into other things for the summer. Get him out in the canoe, get him do some other training with him, and just keep his some of his basic training we'll do daily. You know, like we throw bumpers for him daily for him to keep his retrieving and his commands, all his call commands and stuff in place. And we're thinking about starting him with some antler shed trainings. We did a little bit the other day, and he did pretty well with it. So we're gonna try to step that up a little bit just for fun. Just things to do with him, keep his mind going. He's a lab. If you don't keep his mind going, he's gonna find things on his own to do, and that's always not so good. But other than that, it's been an exciting year. We had a year and a half ago, my first granddaughter was born, and then back in November, my second granddaughter was born. So my son and his wife have 2 beautiful daughters, and they're a lot of fun. You get to play grandpa, and my 2 daughters are off living their lives well, so it gives my wife and I a little bit of free time and enjoy the grandchildren and visit our kids, bump dinner from them, that kind of thing. And get Remy out to train. But I haven't been out doing a lot of bushcraft because of the bird dogging this year, which is fine. I mean, you can't do everything, but it's been nice to get out to this woods that I've been going to for probably 10 years. But I think I'm going to have to find a new spot. This is, in a few, I bet you in another year this will clear out, and this won't be as remote as it once was. So I'll find another spot. Oh boy, that's good. Yep, that syrup really makes the hot chocolate top notch. So, but Remy's over here doing pretty good. I'll camera down to him. He's down there chewing away at a stick. That's what he does all the time. Labs are a new thing for me. I've never had labs before. I've had Dobermans, I've had Airedales, I've had Akitas, and I've had all types of Huskies, but I've never had a retriever before. He's pretty top notch as far as finding critters and animals and hey, leave it, good boy. And he's super obedient, and he's also just a sweet dog. He's great to have around the house. He's not aggressive toward anybody or anything. He's very happy little lucky boy. He went away for 4 weeks, and he was just as happy there as he was at our house. He's just a happy guy. But we're glad to get him back and have him so well trained up. And really, a lot of thanks going out to Mike and Amy Gray for helping us out with this guy so much. We got 2 big hunts coming up. One's just a local hunt, and then at the end of the month there's a chucker challenge we're going to go to. For those who don't know, chuckers are like kind of a small pheasant. I think they're in the pheasant family. A good tasting bird. They taste just like chicken. And we've been cooking up. We get them and cook them up, and field to table kind of thing. But he's been. We started doing this scent training with antlers, and boy, he's been on that a little bit. I think he smells these deer around us, and it's good. All right, I'm gonna cut this short. I'm gonna finish up my thing, maybe pack it up. Got some stuff I got to be running around doing, and thanks for joining us again. And hopefully by next year, I'm going to try to bring in get a GoPro so we can get some footage of us hunting and seeing Remy in action. He's quite impressive, and for me anyway, he's impressive. I don't know about other people, but we'll see how he does. All right, thanks.